Hi guys, Alistair Taylor down at Lytham Golf Academy, and today we're going to talk about how to make you more consistent. Right then guys, so lots of golfers come and see me, and I'm sure some of you guys have been to see other pros, and the first thing they talk about is, I want to be more consistent. Now, the funny thing is, I'm not wholly sure a lot of people mean that. I think what they mean is they want more consistent results. But in order to produce consistent results, you have to become consistent in what you do. And in my opinion, most golfers tend to be very reactive to what the previous shot has been. So what we're going to talk about in today's video is, and I'm going to use me as an example on this, is kind of understanding what you do with your swing, making that decision of what's the key thing, that one area that's going to make the biggest difference to your golf shots, biggest change that you can make, or the most important change, and then you've really got to stick with that. If the results aren't quite there, you've just got to say, right, I've not quite done it. But if you're working on the right thing, you will get better and you will be more consistent if you do the same thing every time. So guys, if you're new down to the channel, welcome down to Ali Taylor Golf. If you're returning, thank you very much. Appreciate you taking the time to watch. Like I said, if it is one of your first videos though, and you're enjoying today's content, please click the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and you'll get told as soon as I drop a new video. My stuff is all here to help you play better and enjoy your golf more. But for now, let's get on with making you more consistent. Right then guys, so like I said before, the key to being consistent is actually you trying to do the same thing every time. So I'll talk you through a little bit of kind of why I've changed what I have in my swing, and why I feel that by really working on one thing, I get better at doing it, and that's hopefully improving the consistency of my results, as well as obviously the consistency of what I'm doing. So a typical shot in the past for me would have been, I could aim fairly straight, or maybe just right of target. And I would have had that right to left shape. And we see a pretty decent shot there. So, little draw, club path almost 6 degrees from the inside, and my club face closed 4 degrees. My low point just slightly after the golf ball. Now, even though I've played to a good standard, delivering the club fairly similar to that, or maybe even a bit more exaggerated to the right, what I tended to find was that I had to really manipulate the club face a lot through impact. And I also felt that I kind of maybe scooped a little bit as I hit the shot. So as I was manipulating the club face, I added a lot of loft. And it felt like I kind of would need to work on a lot of different things to improve my shot, but also very inconsistent. And certainly when I got onto driver, any of you guys that have watched some of my driver reviews, certainly the older ones, there would have been a much bigger spread in the shots. So what I wanted to do, using the information from TrackMan, I wanted to try and reduce the difference between my face and my path. Now, I think for me, generally speaking, the more from the inside I swung, the more manipulation of the club face there was. So the key was to try and feel that I could maybe neutralise my swing path a little bit, and maybe feel that I kind of compressed the shots a little bit more. So a really good thing for me there was I felt that as long as I then would swing a little bit more left on the way down, it'd move my low point slightly in front of the golf ball. It would mean then that my path would be more neutral because the club is coming from the inside. So even if my low point's far enough forward with my swing direction left, my path would be neutral, and I'd feel then that I would square the club face up more with my turn rather than my hands. So I was looking for one thing to work on, so very much kind of my swing direction, and everything else then to take care of itself. And it's taken some time, and certainly even now when I stand there, and hit my first few, I definitely feel that my swing direction, my low point is better, as we've seen there. But still, that little bit more club face rotation than I would like to see. I mean, it's still a very good shot, still much straighter, but kind of feel that the more left I swing, the more passive my hands can be. So there's a temptation for guys to want to keep changing. So as I've hit that one that's drawn, to then think, right, well, I won't work on my path and my direction now. I'll work on club face. But you only get good at what you work on. And the danger for me is as you start changing swing to swing, you become very reactive and you become very inconsistent in what you do. So I'm going to hit 2 or 3 more, just working on my kind of swing direction. And again, that felt really good. We can see very neutral club path. So we can see there, even though the strike wasn't perfect, very close to kind of 0 path and 0 face. Now, I would stress that I'm not going for dead straight. The 0-0 with the middle of the club face strike, I think is unachievable, and I'm not setting myself out for that. But I feel the more neutral I can become, the less I need to manipulate the club face. And I'm probably a couple of months into it now, and definitely starting to see more consistency. So the key is understand what you do in your golf swing, and it might be that you need to go for a lesson first of all. You know, get some feedback off the pro or off TrackMan, GC Quad, whatever your guy's using, and decide between you which is the most important thing to work on. And then, to be fair to yourself, give yourself a good period of time to work on it. Certainly for me, having been working on it for a while, I feel very quickly in a session I can get to where I want. But generally, if I don't quite exaggerate it enough, there's still less shape than there has been in the past. So you can see they're not quite as exaggerated. As a result, I think I'd take that on the golf course, and certainly my numbers are more neutral. Obviously, I don't play golf with numbers, so the key is it's trying to match a thought and a feeling. But I say this a lot to my pupils, you only get good at what you work on. So the more you work on one thing, the better and better you get at it. And then if you can stand up there and hit the kind of shots that you want, ultimately you're going to improve. We can see there, really straight shot. And for me, the key is less shape on my shots, therefore my dispersion should be a little bit better. And the more I can do that through the bag, the better that's going to be. Right then, guys, so I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, like and share it. Comment below, I'll get back to as many people as I can. Let me know what you're working on. Let me know if you're consistent. Let me know if you're perfectly inconsistent. Do you change what you do after every single shot and spend all that time moaning that you're not consistent enough? If you are, rewatch the video, stick to something. Let's get you playing better golf right now. So, if you have enjoyed the video though as well, you don't currently subscribe, please consider clicking the button, ringing the notification bell, make sure you get notified as soon as I drop new videos. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here soon. Stay in contact.